Hello, hello, hello everybody. Hi. So, my name's Eve. This is Eve's Creations Paint Party. It's Friday night. Yes. So, we're going to do our lovely painting with Mr. Snail. Hello, right? We have peonies, petunias, pansies. It's all about the pea flower tonight. So, hello, hello, hello everybody. Say hello if you're painting with me tonight, and say if anybody's painting with you. You know I love to do roll call. And of course we have to say hi to the Mr. Butters. Butters! Here he comes. Hi Butters! What you doing, buddy? What you doing? Hi, bud. Say hi to your fans. Say hi. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. You're the bestest boy ever. Well, he's all excited tonight. Hi, Tammy. How you doing, love? Hey, Jamie. How are you? I had so much fun yesterday, Jamie. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a blast. I had a really good time with you and your girls. We did a Zoom party, so you can... hey, Kelly. How you doing? So I did a private Zoom party with Jamie and her girls yesterday. If you guys would like a private session with me, it's $45 for up to 5 people, and then $10 each additional, and you get a custom painting. We go on Zoom. We all get to see each other. We all have a great time. Megna's here. Magna, you had a busy week, huh? You went to the zoo, you went to the beach, Sounds like you're having a great summer so far. Yes, thank you so much, Jamie. It was awesome. Hello, Kelly. Hello, sweetheart. Hello, Jamie and Tammy and my Magna. How you guys doing? So, say hello if you're painting with me tonight. I'm going to put you guys... Oh, the weapons. Forgot the weapons. Okay, easy on the weapons tonight. We have a bigger boy. He is a 1-inch flat. We have Mini-Me. He is a very small flat brush. Looks just like Big Boy. I call him Mini-Me. And of course, Mr. Nifty is in the house. If you want your very own Mr. Nifty, send support. I'll send you Nifties. That's all there is to it. You want to keep these brushes in your water. When it's time to clean, you swirl, you tap, you dab on a paper towel. You want your bristles to be wet, but not dripping. Okay, so same weapons every single party, same paint every single party. So I'm going to pour my paint. I hope you guys are getting your stuffs together. Deb is here. Hey, Deb. Deb, you're going to be actually painting tonight? That is awesome. Diane is here. Hey, Diane. Hello. How you doing? Yes, Mr. Snail, he's awesome. I wanted to give a nod to Memorial Day. So I hope you're all going to have an amazing Memorial Day weekend. And we're going to kick it off with Mr. Patriotic Snail here. I'm loving him. He's too cute. He is too cute. Hi, Eve. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Eve. Michelle, I just read your post and I said hi to myself. Hi, Michelle. How you doing? Oh my goodness, I cracked myself up. I just read your post and said hello to myself. How do you like that? That's good stuff, right? I'm telling you. That is good stuff. So no worries, I'll lower the music once I start instructing. Just getting us all pumped up for our lovely evening. Painting Mr. Snail. And I'm going to pour my paint. And we'll be all ready to go. So when you guys are ready, Freddy Spaghetti, let me know. And we're going to get started. Yep, so I had a couple of requests to do Peonies, Pansies, and Petunias. So, I had a couple of requests to do Peonies, Pansies, and Petunias, so I figured, hey, why not? We'll just get them all done in one shot, right? Of course, hello. And those of you who watched the how-to on blending on Tuesday, we're going to be using some of those techniques tonight. So hopefully you caught that for yourselves. All right, white, yellow, red, blue, and black. I cannot share the painting and instructing at the same time. So take your screenshot if you want your reference photo for yourself. Okay, so take your screenshot now. I'm going to plug you guys all in. I'm going to plug in so we stay nice and charged. Nice and charged. And some of my videos are on YouTube. They're all on the Facebook page. They are always, always, always available. So if you, this weekend's supposed to be very rainy in New Jersey. So if you find yourself looking for something to paint, you can go and visit Eve's Creations from a year ago. And, right, Magna? You're so good at blending. You do lots of ombre stuff. You guys can look at paintings from a year ago and try your hand at them. And you can laugh at me because of my skills of doing Facebook Lives. Because it was, some of them were quite bad. You see me moving the camera in there. It's funny. I mean, not to say that I've gotten much better, but they really, really are cute. I've done so many videos, I have to go back and look up what I've done and not done to make sure I don't repeat myself. Okay, so I have the music lowered. I hope that's good for you. I hope you guys are all ready for Freddy Spaghetti, and we're going to get this started. So I'm working on a 16 across, 20, holding it long way straight up and down. All right, if I do one hand over, one hand down, just make sure you're in the general area of your canvas that I am in, and you will be fine. Okay, oh, it's the almighty blank canvas. Almighty blank canvas. What are we going to do? It's so scary. Well, we're going to paint on it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to use our almighty brushes. And we're going to make ourselves an amazing painting. Just a pre-painting tip. How do you keep multi-purpose paper from curling on the edges with acrylic paint? Okay, so if you're using an individual sheet, you could take painter's tape or any kind of tape and tape the corners down. If you're keeping it in the pad, you want to get yourself a clip, like a paper clip, or any other kind of clip. So you get yourself a clip and you just clip the corners. So you clip the corners down on the pad. So any type of clip, paper clip would work, any type of clip you might have. And you can tape them down while they're in the book too, but it might not be as secure. Might not be as secure. Hey, hey, Lynn, how you doing? Having fun? That's right. Yep, that's right, Magna. You got it. Taping it down. Hey, hey, Lynn. How you doing, sweetheart? Yes, we're all going to have fun tonight. Yes, we are. All right. I'm swirl tapping, dabbing, big boy. We're going to swirl tap, dab, big boy. You're welcome, sweetheart. And I just kicked the stand, the camera stand again. Earthquake. All right, white and blue. White and blue. So you want to cut your canvas about halfway. Swoop. Halfway, and you want white and blue on the top half. So you can have your sky to be whatever color you want it to be. You want it to be a darker blue, you want it to be a lighter blue, whatever you want. It's your world, it's your painting. You don't have to paint exactly what I'm painting. You can do a painting with 3 peonies on it. You can do a painting with just pansies if you want to. You can do a painting, you know, you guys figure out what colors you want for your snail. You don't have to do red, white, and blue like I did. You know, I'm very patriotic. I love the colors of our country. I love doing things as a nod to our flag. So that's why I figured for Memorial Day, it's Memorial Day weekend, people. What? I figured for Memorial Day. Yes, Lynn, I know you can't stay. Well, you have an awesome, awesome evening. Thanks for popping on and saying hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much. You're going to be missed, girl. You're going to be missed, but see you on the replay. Oh, that sounds amazing, Lynn. You're going to go see your husband's band play? That's awesome. We have lots of musicians in this group too. Magna plays the drums. I play the drums. So we have lots of musicians. When Julie and Tammy used to paint with us, you'll see me mention them a lot if you watch one of my older videos. Julia was an awesome singer. So we have lots of talented people in our family, that's for sure. Lots and lots of talented people. That's right, Lynn. Good old red, white, and blue. But you guys can do your snails and your flowers, whatever colors you like. Yep, Magna, that's right. You play like 5 instruments because you crazy, girl. You crazy. Oh, just a little head nod. So all my videos are kid-friendly. So you guys careful with those comments, and I'll try to be careful with this thing. I am going to try. I'm going to try to be careful with this thing. All right, so blue and white. Blue and white. That's all we're doing. Blue and white. Getting it on there. So if you guys have any ideas of what you'd like for a Friday night party, let me know. This one, like I said, there's a couple of different requests and people wanted to see the different flowers. I had a request for pansies, I had a request for peonies, and I had a request for petunias. So I said, hey, I might as well throw them all in one painting. All right, bottom half, you're going to start adding yellow. We're going to make green, people. So blue, white, and yellow. Blue, white, and yellow, bottom half. Blue, white, and yellow. And we're just going right across here. You don't have to worry about your horizon line. This is just a fun little cutesy painting, and we're going to do our flowers really pretty. Like, you guys can watch this video and do a whole picture of just the peonies if you want to, you know what I mean? Like, once I show you how to paint one, you guys will be experts. You're all going to be taking my job pretty soon. That's what's going to happen. Right? Kelly's out there. Kel, you landed yourself an opportunity that I saw, so that's amazing. That's amazing. So we're going to have all experts in our fam. I know Magna's going to take my job once she grows up. She's only 11 now, but you do amazing work with Magna. So you do amazing work. So I'm just doing blue, yellow, and white, guys. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. If you're painting and you're getting these are brush strokes, one end to the other. If you're painting and it looks like that, grab more paint. Right? Shocker, Cal. Look at you, Callie. And there's Mr. Butters. Told you he likes to chime in. Told you he likes to chime in. He wants to add his part to the party. He's telling me, yep, see? So you guys are going to take my job, and Mr. Butters is telling me how to do my job. That's what's going on. I lowered the music. If it's still too much of a distraction, everybody let me know. I could always lower it some more. I need music while I'm painting, though, because on my end, just listening to the sound of my own voice it gets me a little cray-cray. A little bit. Just a smidge. Alright, if you guys want to paint your sides, go right ahead and paint your sides. Alright, so if you like the streaks of color, great. If you don't, the more you brush over them, the smoother they will get. Deb, Kimba, and I love the names of your pets. Kimba and Lexi bark back. That is so cute. I love it, Deb. That's awesome. That is totally awesome. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to need different greens. You're going to need darker green, lighter greens, things like that. I love the streaks too. I'm all about the streaks, Kelly. I'm all about the streaks. Some people aren't all about the streaks though. So we'll let them blend their little hearts out and get it all one solid color. So I'm not going to make separate greens. I am just going to grab them with my paintbrush as I paint along. So what you want to do is you want to grab your blue and your yellow, right, and your white, right? So I'm just grabbing blue, yellow, and white. I'm making myself a pile there, and I want to make leaves all in this background. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go swoop and swoop, right? And there's a leaf. So you want to make these leaves all different colors, and you just want to fill in a whole section of leaves. I shared on my timeline before leaving in case some friends are interested. That's right, Lynn. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate it. So it's always free to watch. Tips are appreciated. And if, you know, if as a way of a tip, I'll take sharing and all of that on the way. May 20th was Coco's birthday. He turned 1. Aw, he got sick on his birthday. Oh, poor little guy. So, I have this one color of green, and this is no rhyme or reason. Excuse me, this is no rhyme or reason. I am just putting in my leaves. So, I am just putting leaves here, there, not everywhere. And I'm just cruising with this one color of green right now. And we're just making all these little eyeball leaves. That's what I call them, eyeball leaves. Alright, so once I have a few in of that color, happy birthday, Coco. I'm going to grab like blue with that messy green that I made. And then I'm going to come in here and put some darker ones, right? So when I add the blue, they're going to be darker. Right, so we're just going to add the blue. And we're going to make some darker leaves. And like I said, no rhyme or reason. You're just putting them in wherever you want them. You can go over some of the leaves that you already painted on. And you're just going in all sorts of directions. Poor little Coco got sick. And you're going down into your green. Going down into the green of your grass. And I just added blue. I just added extra blue to get a darker leaf. That's all I did. I just grabbed some blue paint with the green paint that was already on my brush. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, guys. Right? And we're just throwing these on here. No rhyme or reason. We're just throwing them on. Okay. So we've got those going on, and then I want to start a patch over on this side. So the patch over on this side I made with more white. So I'm adding white to my brush now. I'm adding white to my dirty brush. So adding white, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make a smaller patch of leaves. And I made the leaves for the petunias a little more pastel, a little more white being in them. And we're doing the same thing. It's just a smaller bunch. That's all it is. We're just making a smaller bunch of leaves. That's all we're doing. Okay, and I'm just grabbing white paint. And again, no rhyme or reason. A lot of these are going to get covered up by Mr. Snail, so we're not going to worry about them too much. Now I'm just grabbing some blue paint. I just grabbed some blue paint on my brush to make some darker ones. So, and you know, overlap them any which way. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just throwing these on there, just having some fun with this. That's all you're doing. So I just grabbed some blue paint, and I'm making some darker ones. And filling this all in. And now my paintbrush is getting globby, so I'm going to wipe it off on my palette. I'm just wiping it off. I've got this whole big messy thing going on, and I love it. I like it like that. So now I'm going to grab, so I just wiped my brush off. I'm going to grab some extra yellow. I'm going to grab some extra yellow in my mess to get a really bright yellow green. And I'm going to add those in to my pile. I'm going to add those into my pile. So basically we just want leaves that are all different colors and all overlapping. And they're all overlapping. And you're just going to put these on very simply and keep it moving. You're just going to keep it moving. Just put these on your canvas and keep it moving. That's all. That's all. That's all we're doing. And we just want to fill in this whole space. We want to fill in this whole space with all different colored leaves. So jumping between my blue and my yellow and my white, I'm getting all sorts of different colors. And now I'm going to go back to grabbing blue on my brush. So I didn't clean my brush. I didn't do anything to it yet. I just have this big old mess of colors on my brush. And that's okay. It's alright. It's just the way I want it. Because it's going to make all these fancy things pop out. It's going to make all these fancy leaf colors pop out that I wasn't even trying. So I got one sideways, I got ones pointing in every direction, I got one straight up and down. So you fill in your leaves any way you want to. And the same with this side. The same with this side. We're just filling these in. We're just filling these in because our pretty flowers have to sit on something. And like I said, Mr. Snail's going to be covering most of this. So no worries about that. No worries about that at all. So I'm just going to wipe my brush off. I'm not going to clean them. I'm just wiping them off and doing a little wiggle because he was getting all goopy globby. So I didn't clean them. I just wiped them off because it was very, very goopy. And I'm going to grab some blue. And I'm going to grab some of that messy green that I had going on. And let's see what colors that makes. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. Right? So we're not trying hard. We're just putting these in. We're just putting these in here and there. Here and there, not everywhere. Okay? And then we're going to come to the bottom. And you want to do the same thing in this bottom corner. But these leaves are a little smaller. So you just want to make them a little smaller. That's all. You're just going to make them a little smaller. So I am just grabbing my blue paint because my bottom, my grass area is still wet. So just grabbing the blue paint is going to mix with the grass area and it's going to make a green color. And you just want these leaves to be a little smaller. Okay, that's all. Now I'm grabbing yellow paint. I'm grabbing some yellow. And like I said, there's no rhyme or reason how you put these leaves. Just be careful because the more you play with it, the bigger they'll get. So if you notice, I played with that one a little bit and I wound up with a big old leaf. So I'm just going to go back over it with one of these guys. Okay, so if you get a leaf and you're like, I don't really like that one, paint over it. Paint over it. It's your world, it's your leaves. And like I said, no one's going to notice these anyway. We just want something our plants to sit on. We just want something for the plants to sit on, that's all. That's all. So does Coco get a cupcake for his birthday? Does he get a little puppy cupcake to celebrate with? So now I'm just grabbing more yellow. I'm grabbing more yellow. And you can have these go right off your canvas. Now I'm grabbing blue. Now I'm grabbing blue. Right? So let the magic happen. Let whatever's going to come off your paintbrush come off your paintbrush. Like, it really does not matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. And we're just filling in these spaces. That's all we're doing. We're just filling in these spaces. That's all we're doing. Oh, he's going to get his own dog cake? How cute. That is awesome. That is totally cool. That is totally cool. I want my own dog cake. He's gonna munch out on his own dog cake, that's for sure. That's awesome. Alright, so once you get those all filled in for yourself, and you're feeling happy about that, you want to clean off Big Boy. And we got to give this like a mini minute to dry. Alright, so make sure as you're doing this, you're keeping your paint nice and thin on your canvas. You don't want any big globs of paint, because then it's not going to dry and you're not going to be able to paint over it. Okay, you're going to be waiting for it to dry, or you're going to get a big mushy mess. So if there's any spots where you have like paint globbed on there, take your brush and just kind of thin it out and then like wipe some of it off. Okay, guys? Because we don't want any globs of paint. We definitely don't want any globs of paint. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to give this a minute to dry, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun with that. That was just nice and easy peasy, and you could totally do a painting of flowers and zone out and putting all these leaves in. I'm totally cheating, by the way, cleaning Big Boy. I don't know if you heard me at my sink. I'm totally cheating. Kelly, you're grabbing the hairdryer. You have thick spots. You have thick spots of paint. That's okay, Kelly. It's all good. It happens to the best of us. So, yeah, you wanna so if you laid it on a little thick with these leaves, guys, you can either grab yourself a hairdryer. I like to do what I call the elephant. So the elephant is I'll show you the elephant. Ready? So this is the elephant. I love it, Kelly. I love that they have texture. So you take your painting and you just swing it back and forth like this. And I call this the elephant. So if you guys are wondering, see, that's what I'm working on for my gallery artwork. If you're wondering what I do with all the leftover paint, ta-da! That's what I do. It's part of my private artwork I'm working on. Yep, so it's alright if your leaves have texture, but you want to make sure that it's dry, so when we put the flowers on it, you're not going to get a big goopy mess. Thanks, Kelly. It's bright and happy, right? Thanks, Deb. So I'll give you guys a chance to catch up mustard and make sure that your leaves are drying there nice. Like I said, if you have to do the elephant or you have to grab the hair dryer like Kelly's doing, it's all okay. It's all good. Yep, so we're going to do roll call. We got Tammy and Jamie and Kelly and Magnus here, and Deb is painting with us tonight. We got Diane and Michelle, and Lynn is going to catch us on the replay. So say hello if you're painting with me tonight. Hello. I just love you guys. I love my painting family. We're all awesome. We like to have fun together. So it is all good. Alright, so you want to give Big Boy a nice swirl tap dab. And we're going to map in Mr. Snail. So if some of your leaf color goes into Mr. Snail, that's okay. It's alright, because we're going to cover it later. We're just going to map his shape in right now. That's all we're going to do. So I'm just grabbing white paint. You know how we map. You guys know we're ready. You know what the deal is. So I'm using Big Boy. I'm grabbing white paint. And Mr. Snail's going right in this sweet spot right here. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to turn around And find your center. Let's find our center. Find the center of our canvas. Get all focused. Okay, so we find our center, and we're going to turn around and in our center, but at an angle, a little bit of an angle, okay? A little bit of an angle. You're going to go to the bottom of your plant right here, and you're going to shoot right around and come back down. Okay, so, and if when you fill this in, if this is picking up some of your green like mine is, that's fine. Don't worry about it. When you color it in later, it's going to hide that anyway. So if this is picking up some of your colors from your leaves, it's okay. No worries. No worries. You're going to use that flat of that brush to make a nice crisp edge. Right? Just take it slow. Get a nice crisp edge. And if you're like me, I always wind up painting outside the lines. And so the more I play with it, the bigger it's going to get. So I start off my shape being, I always start off, one rule of thumb, guys, if you want something to be a certain size when your painting is finished, when you first map it in, when you first draw it in for yourself, make it smaller than what you intend it to be. Hi, Denise. That's okay, Denise. It's all good. How you doing, sweetheart? You can just chill with us. How you been, hon? How's your Friday going? So, make it smaller than what you plan on, because the more you play with it, the bigger it's going to get. So as we color it in and fill it in and fix our edges, it's going to get bigger, bigger, and bigger. So with anything that you guys are painting, anything, and you want it a certain size when you're done, start it off small. Make sure you start it off smaller than what you wanted. You're doing great. Awesome, Denise. Glad to hear it, sweetie. That's awesome. Okay, so what you want to do is on this little piece right here. Tammy's here. Hey, Tammy. Tammy, I was just talking about Julia. Denise, I'm glad you're having such a good Friday so far. How you doing, Tammy? I missed you guys. Magna, Julie's 17 and she's driving. Everybody, all our new fan members, Julie's Tam's daughter. Okay, so right in here, what you want to do is once you have this piece, make sure it's a nice long piece right here, okay? Once you have this piece in, what you want to do on this edge is you're going to come up and around. Okay, you're going to go around. So the faster you go, the more round it's going to get. And you see me turn my brush. I use the show me the money. I miss painting with you guys too. So I turned my brush as I was doing the circle. Turn your brush. Swing it around. Yeah, Magna, so Julia turned 17. Her birthday was today or yesterday or something. I saw it on Facebook, and she's driving. She's a big girl now. Alright, so once you have that for yourself, you can just color it in. Color it in. Okay? Just fill it in. We're not worried about nothing right now. We're just filling this in white so our colors pop on it. Yep, so hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I'm glad everybody's having a good Friday so far. We're going to have a rainy Memorial Day weekend. And you know what? I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, so once you have that part, you're going to come over here and you're just going to do a little wiggle piece. Wiggle. And a little wiggle piece off the bottom. Wiggle. And that's your snail's tail. So, we're just wiggling a little piece. We're just wiggling a little piece. That's all we're doing. For the tail. It's rainy in Illinois too. Kelly, you like it? Yeah, now. So, yeah, I like it. I like the sound of the rain. It's very comforting for some reason. And since I have, you guys already know, you've heard me talk about my allergies. Like, when it rains, I'm actually good to go. Like, I'm 6,000 times better after it rains. I get like a little reprieve, which is cool, you know? Which is pretty darn cool. I'm just making my cup of joe here while you guys schmooze your shapes. Schmooze it right along. Schmoozing them. Alright, so. In Massachusetts too, Deb? Nice. Oh, watch out, world. Julie's going to be driving. So when we do our road trip to meet all of our paint night family members, we can get Julie to drive, right, Tammy? Okay, so once you have that part, you're going to do a wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle it just a little bit. Wiggle it just a little bit. Oh, yeah, we're wiggling. We're wiggling. That's what we're doing. You're just doing a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Right? So, yeah, fam, one of these days, once all these restrictions go away, I'm going to do a paint party road trip so I can come out and meet everybody that's been painting with me. And I don't know, it sounds like an awesome idea. I might have to get independently wealthy to be able to do it, but, alright, once you have that wiggle, wiggle going on, you're going to bring it around, and you're just going to swoop it and meet up with the piece you just drew before. So you want this to be one smooth connection right there. And then just fill it all in. Sounds like fun, right? Sounds like a little paint party road trip. Stop off at all the places that all my family, my painting family lives, right? Go to Illinois and go to Canada. Got some Canadian peeps. We got Maryland and Massachusetts, and we've got people. We got someone visits us from California. Yep, Christy, there you are. I was just... I was perfect, Christy. I was just mentioning that you were in California, and then you pop on. I'm in California. Yeah, so we just need somebody to drive me around because I get bad driving anxiety. So I can't, we'll have to get a big Eve's Creations camper and tour the country and visit everybody. We got Virginia in the house. Denise in Virginia. Oh, yeah. We got California. We got Virginia. We got, Deb, this sounds really, MA's for Massachusetts, right? I'm so bad. Nice, Deb. Everybody can join us. Denise, Mitford, New Jersey. I have no idea where Mitford, New Jersey is. I'm in Tom's River. I'm like exit 80 on the Parkway. I'm halfway. I'm down in the lower half of Jersey. Oh, nice. Yeah, so I don't know where that is. So you would have to tell me where that is. I'm really bad. I've lived in New Jersey my whole life, and I don't know very much about where anything is. It's just how it goes. It's just how it is. Alright, so once you guys have your snail shape in place, alright, you're going to turn around. Yeah, if they want to, if you're visiting them and you're going to come to the beach, you can let me know. Alright, so now I cleaned up Big Boy, got all the globs out of him. And you want to turn around and on the top of his head, so you hold your brush back here. Make sure he's nice and flat and thin. You put it directly up, directly on your canvas, straight on. And you're going to go from the side of his head, and you're going to pull up. Okay? Not too far, because you got to add the eyeball circles. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, faster you go, straighter it'll be. Once you have it drawn in, you can make it a little thicker. Right, and then just smooth that part out on his head. Right, so you want those two pieces in there. Alrighty, so now you want to clean off Big Boy, get him nice and cleaned off, all the globs out of him. Make sure he's nice and flat and thin, because we're going to put the shapes of our flowers in now. We're going to put the shapes of our flowers in. Now that we have Mr. Snail rocking, and your leaves should be pretty much dry all the way through. They should be pretty much dry all the way through. Oh, is it, Tammy? See, that's why you and Julia are in charge of driving. Because you know where everything is. You know where everything is. Alright, so, Big Boy. And, so it's by Megna then. West Milford's got to be by Megna then. Alright, so Big Boy, white paint, nice thin edge. Hold it like a pencil, so you're holding it here so you have some control. And you're going to put in your peony. So you want to make sure you have enough space to make a nice large flower, and you want it somewhere on your leaves. Okay? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to turn around and make yourself, looks like a slice of bread. That's alright, Denise. Tammy knows what she's talking about, so that's good. So you're going to make yourself a little piece. And then you're going to turn around and do another little piece over here. Right? And then above it, you're going to connect a piece that way. So I'm using, now when you fill this all in, obviously you're going to lose some of what your pieces are, but I just want you to get the general idea of the different petals in here. So as you're filling this in, try to leave what your petals are doing, okay? So then you have another piece connecting those two. And then you're going to do squiggle and drop this around. And then you have another piece that goes from here to there. Alright, so I'm gonna, I'll outline those pieces for you that I just painted. Okay? And, then you guys can have it. I'm just outlining them, so you don't have to do this, alright? So the first one I painted was this one. I'm just going to outline these so you guys can paint them, so you can catch up mustard. So I painted that. And then I painted this. Okay, if you want to outline yours, I just grabbed red paint and my small brush. So if you want to outline yours, you can too. But I'm just doing this so you guys can catch up mustard, because I just realized I did that like really fast. And I did a bunch of separate pieces. So I want to show you what those were, okay? Alright, so there's that piece, and then we had this piece. Okay, so if you want to outline yours, you can. If you want to outline, yeah, outline yours. It's probably a better idea. All right, have a great night. We need to catch up soon. I hope you're at Soul. Yes, I'm doing Soulsational. And thanks for hopping on, Tammy. Miss you guys. Yeah, so all I did was take my smaller brush and red paint, and I outlined those shapes. So you guys can do that for yourselves. I would recommend doing that. Let me move the camera closer. There you go. And you want to get those shapes put in. All right, that's the start of your peony. So I'll give you a minute to catch up mustard with that, because I just realized I did that like really fast. So I'll give you guys a minute, and we were all chatting and everything else, so might not have been paying attention. Okay, so so we have Tammy, and then we have Tammy who joined us earlier, and then we have Jamie and Kelly is here, Megan is here, and Deb and Diane, Michelle, Lynn, Denise. Tammy popped on, and we got Christy from California's here, so that's good looks. And you guys get that onto your canvas real quick. I also have another Mr. Nifty getting sent out. Oh no, Kelly, that's not good. So if you guys want yourselves a Mr. Nifty, anyone who shows me support gets a Mr. Nifty. There's another one on its way out. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much for everybody that has sent me support. I really appreciate it. Warms my heart. That's not good, Kelly. Try logging out and logging back in. Alright, so once you have those pieces done, you turn around and right here, you're going to do another piece that comes out and goes in there. Oh, good. Okay, great. Alright, so you're going to do another piece that goes there. Right, and I'm just taking my brush and doing a little squiggle. That's all I'm doing. And then on this side, you have another piece coming out. So it comes out here. And it comes out here. And then you just do a little squiggle to connect those two. So all of you did such an amazing job with Amish Country. I still have to share that. I just shared, what paintings did you do that I just shared? What did I just share? I just shared something. Was it Amish Country? Oh, was it, or Sneakers? I forget. No, I did just share the Amish Country. So all your paintings and whoever shared them with me, they're posted. And I have to do the last paint party. Right? Once you have those two, you have a piece coming out here. That's connecting with this one. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to outline those for you so you can see what I did. To make sure you guys stay on track with all these little petals. All right, so we did this one. We did that one. We did this one. Yeah, and you know what? Outline them for yourself so you can tell which ones are over which, all right? Because then you're just going to have a big white blob and you're not going to be able to know what I did or what I'm doing. So outline these petals for yourself. Whatever color you're going to make. Are you guys all doing pink? Or are you going to make separate colors? Are you guys going to do different colors? So if you're doing different colors, I totally want to know about it. Okay. And then the next pieces is one here. You're doing the pink? All right, Kelly, cool. All right, so there's one there. He comes out a little further. And we got one up here. And we got one right here. Okay, so that is your peony. Right, so we have the one here. Cool. If anybody's doing a different color, let me know. This way, you know, I can help you with that if there's something tricky about having it the different colors. Or if you're doing more than one color, if you're going to make like a rainbow flower or something, have all the petals be different colors. That sounds pretty cool. Okay, and your other piece there. So there you guys got it. You guys just drew a peony. Hello. How amazing are you? Right? Totally just drew yourself a peony flower. Fluorescent pink. Oh, Deb, look at you. That's sexy, honey. Fluorescent pink. I like it. I love it a lot. Okay, give me thumbs ups and hearts when you guys are done with this, because then we're gonna map in the petunias, which are easier. So, give me some of those thumbs ups and hearts when you guys are ready to rock. All right, cool beans. All right, so honestly, after we get all of our flower shapes in, the whole rest of this painting is coloring. So how fun is that? You know I love to color. So that's what we're going to do. Deb's all set. All right, perfect. All right, guys. Ketchup mustard time. Oh yeah, who wants a hamburger? Kelly, I took that from you. And like I said, if you have any ideas for Friday nights you want to see, let me know, because I will eventually get to them. Alright, so we're going to do the petunias now, which is on this side, the snail. Alright, and the petunias are easy. So we're going to take Big Boy, make sure he's nice and clean, nice and flat, take your white paint, and you're going to turn around. And there's two of them in here, so make sure you make them the size to be able to put two of them. And the first one, you're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to make a little starfish. All right? You're going to make a little starfish. And then once you do those, you're just going to do a squiggle line in between those. Okay? So you're just doing a little squiggle line in between all of those. All right? And then whatever color you're making your petunia, whatever color you're going to make your petunia, put those back in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and the same thing with Petunia number 2. Mine's going to go off my canvas like the original, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're just going to do a squiggle in between those. So this is just a round flower with squiggly edges. That's all it is. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? So all this is a round flower with squiggly edges. That's it. That's all it is. Almost put the brush in my coffee, people. Yep, that almost happened. That almost happened. Right? And if you want to go with your smaller brush, so I'm just using Mini Me here. If you want to go with your smaller brush with white paint and fill those in a little bit better, go right ahead, because it might be a little hard to do with the bigger brush. So if you got to use the smaller brush, that's fine. I'm using Mini Me, whatever small brush you got, it's fine. Mini Me's like the brush we color with, because it has a nice flat edge, so I can get nice edges. And you don't want to use your small round brushes if you can help it, because when you're coloring in with the small round brushes, you're going to lose the point on those brushes. Okay, so once I drew this in, now I'm just grabbing my small brush and I put in my 5 lines again, and now I'm just filling it in with the white paint, and the white paint's going to pick up whatever color you made those lines, and we want that to happen. So I am just coloring this in better with my Mini Me. We're just coloring, people. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I like it. I like it a lot. You know what I like? I like that I know at home, and I know this, and you guys can laugh at me. I know at home when I start going easy peasy, all of my fam at home turn around and say lemon squeezy. And if you don't say it, I know you're thinking it. I've got you all on mind control. Ooh. You are now all my minions. What? Send Eve cake. Actually, don't send Eve cake, because I'll just eat it. One thing I'm learning is when you live alone, you really shouldn't make yourself a whole cake. It's not a good idea, people. Just a heads up. If you see me getting a little more and more plump in all of my videos, then you'll know why. You'll definitely know why. Alright. So, we got our petunias. My mom used to call me Petunia when I was little. Now we're going to do our pansy shapes. Pansy shapes are kind of easy too. So we're going to do this with the smaller brush, since they're a smaller flower. Right? So the bottom two, I got some yellow in my white, and that's fine. Alright, so the bottom half, you're going to just make, you know, and leave space so you can fit two of them on your bottom corner. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3. So 3 little ovals. Right? And then, oops, sorry guys, kick the stand again. Hi Lisa! Hi sweetheart, how you doing, hon? Aleve helps. Aleve helps my back. Naproxen makes me sleepy, so I take them at night, but Aleve definitely works. Once you have those two in there, you're going to put a big one right here. And then you're going to put another little one right here. Alright, so these on the bottom are yellow. So I just grabbed some yellow paint. And I'm just filling this up in for me real quick so I don't lose what's going on. So I just grabbed some yellow paint to fill these in for myself. That's all I did. Oh, lidocaine patches? Yeah, those work good too. Ice. Ice, ice, baby. Ice is another good thing. Okay, so the second pansy. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3. Right, so once you get these in and you're filling them in, you know, you can turn around and schmooze your shape a little bit. It's all good. Like, you don't have to draw it perfect the first shot. Alright, cleaning off my brush. Get the yellow off of them. And going to put in the 2 petals on the top. So you have the one that comes out and is a big petal and a little squiggly. It's squiggly, people. That's what it is. It's just a little squiggle going on there. Just a squiggle, squiggle. And then we have the other piece. Oh, my 2 flowers are overlapping. Look at that. That's alright. Alright, so now I'm going to grab my blue and my red. With my small brush, I'm just grabbing some blue and some red. And I'm going to come in here and do my first layer of the purple. Okay, so I just grabbed blue and red paint, and it's mixing with the white that's on my canvas, and it's just giving me a nice light purple, so I like that. I like that. Yes, I like it a lot. I know you guys did that at home too. Alright, so I just grabbed blue and red paint. That's all I did, people. And it's mixing in with this white that I just put on my canvas. So, it's working out perfect. Working out perfect for me. Just the way I want it. Alright, wipe off that brush, put them in the water, give you guys a chance to ketchup mustard there. Ketchup mustard, who wants a hamburger? And then we're going to fill in Mr. Snail. And then we're just going to hop around the board, coloring the whole way. And you guys are going to have an awesome snail painting with lots of different flowers on it. And you guys can turn around and paint a whole painting of flowers if you want to. Because you'll know how to do 3 different kinds now. You'll know how to do 3 different kinds of flowers. Because that's how awesome you are. And you know, you guys, I see you a lot on the different painting groups and stuff like that. So feel free, if somebody's like, I can't do this or I can't do that, feel free to share the video with them. Like if they're saying, oh, I'm having a hard time painting clouds. Like if you want to turn around and say, hey, here's a cloud video, a how-to video on clouds, by all means, I do not mind at all. I make these videos to help everyone so you guys can have fun painting and creating during these times. So share, share, share away. I do not mind at all. If I have it posted, that means you guys can post it, and it is all gravy. Okay, guys? So pass it on. Because sometimes when I share it, it's misconstrued as spam. And I'm really not trying to spam. All of my things are free. So, but it's kind of like, oh man, you know, because it's easier for somebody to watch a video than try to... Nice! You're having pizza, Kelly? Awesome! Yes, Deb. So now that Deb mentioned it, all my videos are free to watch, and tips are appreciated. Art supplies aren't free, people, and you definitely all warm my heart. So here's all the links to do that. And I did a how-to water, Deb. It's definitely on my lineup. So I want pizza, Kelly. That sucks. That stinks. Sorry. How you doing, Megna? Is Megna Patrol on a roll still with me? Are you going rogue already, Megna? You're going rogue already, aren't you? You're like, Eve, I don't need you anymore. I can do these on my own. Okay, so now we're going to be coloring in Mr. Snail here. Alright, so if you're doing the red, white, and blue, you're just going to do another coat of white on his shell. So I'm just going to add another coat of white on his shell, and Magna's going rogue. I knew it. I caught you. Alright, so I'm just grabbing white paint, and you know what? I'm going to add a little blue to my white paint just so you guys can see the swirl. If you're doing the exact coloring as me, though, if you want to just do it in white, that's fine. But I'm going to add a little blue so you guys can see the swirl going on, alright? So right in here, find the center in your swirl. Center of my swirl. Did I just say squirrel? The swirl in the snail. We're not painting squirrels, Eve. Alright, so I added a microscopic amount of blue paint, and I'm going to go right in here. And I'm just going to start here, and then I'm going to spin it around. Right, I'm going to spin it around like that. And then we're going to come up over here, and I'm going to press harder on my brush so my line becomes wider. Alright, so we started here, and then I'm just spinning it around. And then I'm making it fatter as I go out. Okay. Because when you spin this around, when you start making this fatter, you want this outline piece to hit the edge of your shell, okay? So it's one spin in here, keeping it nice and tight. And then as you work your way out from that, you're going to make it wider and wider. So when you spin around, you hit that outside piece, okay? Right? And you just fill it in. And now the rest of it is just the way it is. And then when you get to this part, you're just going to end it. You're going to end it with a little squiggle like this. So whatever color you're going to do, you know, you can grab your white paint and your color. If you're doing the red, white, and blue, you just want to do another coat of white. I grabbed light blue so you can see the swirl part in his shell. So it is all up to you. It is your snail, just like they're your flowers. And you're just putting on coat number 1. So when you end it over here, see that little bump I gave it? You want to give it that little bump right there, okay? You want to give it that little bump right there. Okay, so there's your swirl. There's your swirl. Alright, and now I'm just going to turn around and paint Mr. Snail in. So if you're doing the blue, you want to do white and blue first. If you're doing them all blue. Whatever color you're doing them, I suggest to do white in that color. And then when we come back, you can do your final coat of just your color. And make it nice and dark and rich and pop, okay? So we are just coloring him in now. That's all we're doing. And I'm using the flat of that brush to make nice clean lines. Using the flat of that brush, and you want your brush strokes to follow the direction of the snail. Megna's going rogue. I called it. I caught you. I love when you guys go rogue. I have no problem with you guys going rogue. This is your painting. This is your creation. You don't have to worry about making your painting matchy-matchy to mine, alright? Because this is your creations. This is your painting. You should have it be your own. So I want you to go rogue. I want you to have fun. I want you to create. That is 6,000% the point. Doing this whole thing. And that's why I started the how-tos. So you guys can go rogue with any of your other paintings that you try, and you have, you know, basic little tricks just to make them that much better for yourself. And that's it. So we're just going to fill him in, and make sure you know when you get to your edges. I'm really bad at coloring in my lines. I've always been bad at coloring in my lines. My mom should have known then. I was a little rebel at heart. So, use the flat of that brush. Pull it nice and flat and even. See? I'm pulling the brush nice and flat and straight. I'm using the side of that brush to really get my edges nice. You know, if you don't want to focus on your edges that much, you could always outline your snail. Give them a bold outline later on. You know, like when I used to color, I used to outline it first and then color it all in. So, I'm swooping this around. Swoop, 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 swoop. Okay. And I don't want to forget my 2 stems. Let's fill in our 2 stems we got going on here. Butters is under my feet because it's raining really hard. He keeps trying to trip me. So, you want to color in your 2 stems. So, I don't know what colors you guys are making your snails. I already put the spot to post on the event page, your creations. So, totally when you're done, I want to see those. Somebody just shared one of their paintings from Christmas with me. So, that was fun. Because they never posted it when they finished it. So, that was fun. I forgot all about that painting. And then I was like, oh, look at that. It's the Grinch. It's the Grinch with Jack Skellington. Okay, so I'm going to take my small brush out. I'm going to scroll tap dab them. And so I'm just using Mini Me. We don't have any brushes tonight because, and I'm going to grab my white paint and we're going to put the 2 circles on the top of his antennae there. Okay, guys, so you can do a parentheses and a parentheses. You can spin real fast. You can do a spin circles. Like if you go like that. So if you do a scribble circle, I call these scribble circles, right? So if you do a scribble circle and you just let your hand go, you will get yourself a fairly round circle. So if you just do a scribble circle and have your hand go like this, after a while it auto corrects itself and makes like a circle for you. It's really strange, but it does do that. So, or you can do the 2 parentheses. You know me, I like the parentheses and the parentheses. So, you just want to put his circles on top of his antennae. And you want to make sure the antennae is hitting the center of your circle. Okay? So, that's what you want to do. I keep putting my hand in my wet paint. Good thing it's blue and my sky's blue. Okay, so if you want to do a parentheses and a parentheses, you can do a circle that way too. Oh, my eyeballs are going to be almost touching. We're going to be almost touching, so that's kind of cute. I like that. Alright, so, and the more you play with it, the bigger it's going to get, so, see how mine are just getting bigger and bigger, and I made this one bigger, so now I'm going to have to make the other one bigger, and so you got to kind of have to just kind of accept your circle for what it is after a while, because they're just going to get bigger and bigger the more you play with them. Okay, so it's peony time. Alright, so we're going to do all our shading in our peonies. So all we have to do is do all of our shading and color in our peonies. And we're going to go back in and do our last layer of colors. And you guys are going to be all set. So how amazing are you? So you want to take out your small brush. And you want to have whatever color you're doing your peony. You want to have that and clean white. Because all you're going to be doing is different shades. You're going to be doing different shades of your color. Hi, Margaret. How you doing, love? Good to see you here, honey. We got Margaret in the house. She's here. So we got Tammy and Jamie and Kelly and Megan and Deb from Massachusetts. And Diane is here, Michelle. Linda's going to watch the replay. We have Denise in Virginia. Christy from California. And Margaret's here. You guys know I love roll call. I love roll call. I love saying hi to my fam. Okay, so, guys ready? Drum roll. We're going to paint a flower. We can do it. I have the fullest confidence in ourselves. So what you want to do is you want to start off with the color of your flower. And you're going to come in here, right? And you're going to start off with the color of your flower all the way in the center. And all of this is just me doing zig-a-zag-a-zoom. I'm just scribbling. Okay, guys? Penny's here. Hi, Penny. How you been feeling? You doing all right? Hi, hon. How you been? I know you haven't been well, so I hope you're doing much better. I hope you're doing much better. So you're going to start off with the color of your flower, and all of this is just doing a scribble, just a zig-a-zag-a-zoom. That's all we're doing. And then as you work your way out, I posted my Venmo already, Deb. I can post it again. And I did a waterfall painting. Oh, good, Penny. I'm glad you're feeling better. And myself, I'm doing okay. Tooth is still bothering me, but still taking the antibiotics. But hanging in there, hanging in there. I'd rather give birth than have a toothache. Seriously. All right, and as you work your way out, you're going to add more and more white. So I just grabbed a little bit of white, and now I'm scribbling that in. So I put it on this, canvas that didn't have anything yet. And then I'm scribbling it into the bottom part. And if you're scribbling and you wound up losing that darker bottom part, just grab more of your color. Okay, so as you're doing this, if you lose some of that darker part, that's okay. I do it all the time. Just grab more of your color. Serious. I'll never take that pain scale that the doctors ask you, that 1 to 10, lightly anymore. I really won't. And then as you're working your way out, so I'm going to wipe off my brush, get all that excess red off of it, and I'm going to grab just white now. I didn't clean my brush. And now I'm coming in with just white paint, and I'm going to finish up my petal just by scribbling some white paint. So I'm going to finish that up, scribbling with just some of my white paint. Okay, and I am literally just going back and forth. I'm using Mini Me. It's a tiny flat brush. And I'm just going in and out of the colors I already painted. And like I said, if you're doing this and you lose that beginning dark color, just put a little bit on your brush. And this is tiny, tiny amounts of paint, guys. Small, 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 small amounts of paint. And so if you lose that darkness in there, right, because you went a little happy with your white, and as you were scribbling, the white kind of took over and took everything over, you can just add that dark back in. That's all you need to do. Okay? And just like that, and if you want to soften it, if you don't like all the separation, you can just take your finger, do a little smush smush, and soften it right out. Okay? So, petal 1. Right? And you're going to do all these petals the same way. All of them the same exact way. So go for it. Alright, guys? So you start off with your color, your actual color, and you put that on the bottom of the petal. Okay, put that on the bottom of the petal. And then you grab a little bit of white, small amounts of paint I'm grabbing, people. Tiny, 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 tiny amounts. Look. See? Hardly anything on there at all. At all. Right? So I'm grabbing some white paint with my dirty brush. And I'm just scribbling back and forth. And then I'm just going to grab more and more white as I work my way to the edge. Just grabbing more and more white as I work my way to the edge. All I'm doing. And if you work this in, and I always lose my dark, like if you notice this is twice. I've only done 2 petals and I've lost my dark twice. So you're not the only one. Obviously, I do it all the time because I have fun with the scribbling of the white and the blending. So just re-grab your dark color and put that back in. Okay? Alright. Alright, so you guys got this. Megna already went rogue on her rose. I'm excited to see, well, it's not a rose, it's a peony. But when I looked up what a peony actually is, I was like, oh, it looks just like a rose, except of a few different things. Their petals are not pointed. So I'm starting with the dark paint. I'm going all around the bottom of the petal. So whatever color paint you're doing, you're just going to start with that on the bottom. And I'm just scribbling, guys. We're just scribbling. We're just scribbling. And now I just grab the white paint. And I'm going to scribble back and forth. To blend that all together. I taught one, Kelly. If you look up my how-to flowers, I did a rose. I did a rose that night. Right, guys? Anybody see the how-to flowers vid? And Deb, one of my first videos was a waterfall. There's another waterfall with Moonlight Swinger. In my how-to water, I covered a waterfall. So, feel free to look any of those up. I've done a waterfall in all of them. And I lost my dark. Are you guys guessing a pattern here? And Eve lost her dark again. What else is new? So I'm just going to put it back in. Yeah. So, I'm on YouTube and, you wanted Venmo, right? So I did a how-to on birds. You wanted just Venmo, Deb. Okay. Thank you so much, by the way. You really warmed my heart. So there's just the Venmo link. And, I did a how-to on birds. We did Rockin' Robin, which was a whole bird painting. I don't know when we did Rockin' Robin. Megna, do you remember when we did Rockin' Robin? Megna is, she remembers stuff from me because she has that young mind. She has that young mind that, to remember stuff. Okay. All right. So, I'll start with the dark. Right, and this petal is going to stay fairly dark, okay? Because he's kind of like snuck in there with all the other ones. So we're going to keep him on the dark side. We're going to keep him on the dark side. Thank you so much, Deb. I'll be, make sure I get your address so I can send you Mr. Nifty's. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. You're awesome. You are awesome. So this guy, this petal right here, I'm just going to keep dark. Because he's kind of hiding in the wings there. Alright, and then this petal right here is going to be really bright because he's kind of folded out right in front of you. So I'm going to make him really light. So I'm just doing the white and my color. And I'm making this whole petal be the lighter color. Oh, you're so good, Magna. Look at you. Magna just posted the link to Rockin' Robin. You are awesome. So I'm just grabbing a little bit of red paint and putting it in with this white just to add a little something here. And I'm just smushing and pushing and you know, blending away with this. This is all I'm doing. And you guys already know how to do it. You start with the dark. Okay, and since this is up against a petal that's really dark, I'm going to make that spot lighter. So I just grabbed my white paint. So I'm going to make that spot lighter since it's up against the petal that is already dark. Okay. And then since this is up against a petal that's light, I'm going to make this part of this petal darker. Okay, so that's all you really need to remember when you're doing any flower, an unfolding flower maybe I should say. Like these I would call unfolding flowers because they're kind of doing one of these. Dark to light, and whenever it's up against another petal, if that petal is dark, make that section of your petal a little lighter. If that petal is light, make that section of your petal a little darker. And you very simply just fill this all in, and you're just scribbling back and forth to blend. That's all you're doing. You're just scribbling. We don't do anything technical here. So I am literally just playing with my color and my white paint and adding it in and then pushing it around. That is all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Alright, so you guys get it now, right? So, dark paint. So, I got my dark paint on here. So, and you can do a few petals at a time, because, you know, not too many, because you need it to stay wet to blend it. But, like, you can do 2 petals at once, if you want to. If you're feeling spunky. If you're feeling spunky. Now I'm grabbing my white paint. And just filling that in. And again with this petal, so I'm going to leave this section dark because it's up against a lighter petal. So that's going to be dark. And then I'm going to make this petal here lighter right there. So it's just playing, it's just pushing paint around, it's just taking your two colors. Like I said, I am literally just switching between my color and white paint on my small brush, doing small amount of paint at a time, and just filling this in. That's all I'm doing. Start with the dark. I'm going to go to my white. Everybody zoned out painting their peony. Yeah. Y'all zoning out and just scribbling and painting and hopefully having fun with it. Don't stress. Don't stress it out. Don't overthink it. It's just playing with your lights and your darks. It's all you're doing. Right? This is like a zone out painting. When we were doing the leaves, I was kind of zoning out. Now I'm kind of zoning out with the peony. So, oh, bye, Deb. Thank you so much for painting with me tonight. And I'll talk to you soon. And thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And make sure you get me your address. You can just message it to me, and I will send you some Mr. Nifties. I will send them your way. Awesome. Sounds good, hon. You have a great night, Deb. All right, guys. So, next is the Petunias, and then the Pansies, and then our details on Mr. Snail. So, hi, Jamie. Good night, Jamie. Okay, sweetheart. And thanks again for allowing me to do the Zoom with you. That was awesome. I had so much fun. All right, so the peony, I'm swirl tap dab my small brush because we're going into yellow and white. And it's the same thing, guys. Same thing. So I am just going to grab my yellow paint. And I'm going to fill in my centers. Fill in my centers with my yellow paint. And then I'm going to grab my white paint. And I'm going to come around and do my edges. And you kind of want to paint this as those little sections that we separated it into. You want to kind of paint it like that, and of course I went out of the line, so that's what spit's for. And I have paint on my fingers, so I'm making more of a mess. It wouldn't be an Eve's Creations if I didn't make a mess, guys. You guys know that already. And now grabbing a piece of tissue. I just got paint on the, sorry about that. I just got paint on the back of my paintbrush. So I have to make sure I wipe that off. I'm making a mess. What else is new? Butters, we're making messes. We always make messes. That's just the way we are. So, never stress a mess. Ooh, that's a good saying. I like that. Never stress a mess, guys. Never, ever, ever, ever. Uh-oh. I got a new saying now. I'm going to be saying that a lot since I'm the queen of messes. Never stress a mess. Alright, so I'm just working with yellow and white here. That's all I'm working with. All I'm working with. And I'm just doing my brush strokes into the center of the flower. So this way you get that separation between the 5 little sections that you did. Now you want to make sure that you're doing this kind of like section by section. Because you don't want to, you know, you don't want to lose that. And when we do the final detail, we're going to really separate them out, okay, your different sections. We're going to separate them out, your different sections. So, and again, I'm just scribbling. I'm just scribbling with my paint, yellow and white, and I'm making sure I do my sections separately. So this way there's a little bit of separation going on with them. And I just have yellow and white on my brush. I'm just scribbling it back and forth in my little spots here. Because yellow washes out very quickly. So we're going to lose a lot of this yellow as we do this. And that's okay, because we're going to put another layer of just yellow on top. So if you're doing yours yellow also, don't stress if you're losing a lot of that yellow, because it is going to wind up blending out. That's what happens with yellow. It's all good. It's okay. Don't stress it. Is anybody else's petunias getting bigger and bigger as you're filling them in? I know mine are. I told you, the more you play with it, the bigger it gets. Okay, and my one is under the other, so I want to make sure that I keep it that way. So I'm just going to grab just yellow and go where this one is overlapping. I'm going to put just yellow to make sure that I have that separation of the two flowers. And again, I'm going into the center with my brush strokes. So you want to go into the center with your brush strokes. Okay, guys? Poor Butters. I stepped on Butters twice, I think, so far. I stepped on him twice so far because he's under my feet with the storm happening. The poor little guy. Alright, so we're on to our pansies. I told you, now we're just going to skip around and do little details on everything. So I'm going to start off with the yellow of my pansies. Again, I'm grabbing yellow and white. I know, Callie, I keep stepping on him, the poor guy, because he's under my feet. So if I'm not knocking into the camera stand, I'm stepping on my dog. So we're just going to fill this in with the yellow and white, and we don't have to stress too much. We don't have to worry too much here. Just doing the yellow and white on here first. Okay, because we want to make this nice and not see-through, and the white helps that to happen. Lisa passed that tidbit on to a fellow painter, and kind of joked with you a little bit. Somebody was having trouble with their flowers, and they couldn't get the colors not to be see-through, and Lisa typed in, you know, you do white paint first, and then your colors over it. And I chimed on like, "Ooh, how'd you figure that out?" So I was kind of teasing her a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to grab my, I swirl tap dab my little brush, and I'm going to grab my blue and my red. And I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to make this one dark purple. Okay, so this one is a dark purple. So nice and dark on that petal, okay? Because he's in the background. And I'm going to do nice and dark on this petal right here, because that one's in the background. Right, and I'm going to add a little bit of white to my brush. Microscopic amount of paint, guys, not a lot at all. At all. And I'm going to start on the edge of my flower and work my way in. And a nice dirty brush, so I just grab the smallest amount of white. Just the smallest amount of white paint. There's hardly any white on my brush at all now. And I'm just going to put some of that white in with my darker purple. So my darker purple smooths out a little bit. And, right, so blue and red and a smidge of white. Like, we're talking microscopic here, guys. Microscopic. See that? See that smidge? That's it, guys. That's all you need. That's all you need. Just a little smidge. Microscopic amount. And I'm just grabbing some little bit more dark blue, a little bit more of the blue and the red here to do this petal again with a little bit of white, because it was looking a little see-through. So whatever little bit of white was left on this brush is what I'm filling it in with. Alright, so we're going to do our next set of things on the snail, and then we're going to go back around the whole canvas again and put in the final details, and you guys are going to be all set. So look at that, right? We've been on for about hour and a half or so, and we're almost done, and you guys are amazing. So we're going to do the final details of the snail. I'm going to show you how to do the stripes. And then, like I said, the more and more coats you put on, the bolder and brighter it's going to look. So I'm going to show you how and where to put the colors. And then I'm going to show you the final details. So, but you guys keep in mind, you can go in and, you know, add more and more layers to this to get it nice and bold and bright for yourself, because honestly, I'm not going to have anything else to teach you. It's just coloring from here on out. So the only thing I need to show you is the how to do stripes. I forgot to do his tail, so I'm going to do that real quick. I forgot the snail's tail when I painted his body in. Whoopsie. So I'm just going to fill that in real quick. So I'm going to show you how to do the stripes on his shell, so the stripes are correct, and I'm going to show you all the final little touches. I smudged my paint up here, so I'm going to fix that too as I'm talking to you. And I hope you guys are all choosing amazing colors for yourself. I can't wait to see Deb's fluorescent pink Peony, and I can't wait to see Kel's pink Peony. So I hope they're all working out really awesome for you. This is definitely a zone out painting. So I'm just going to take my color in my snail and some white paint, and I'm going to do my 2 circles on top here. Okay, so we want to fill those in with color. So they're ready for our eyeballs once we're all said and done. We're ready for the eyeballs. So just filling these in with the color of my snail. And then I'm going to grab just blue. I'm going to do just blue and do our final coat on our snail. So whatever color you made your snail, you can do your final coat of just the color now, since it's nice and dry and ready to rock and roll. Butters went into his crate. I call it his condo. He literally has like 4 pillows in there, 3 blankets. He's definitely a spoiled pup, and the crate is like 4 sizes too big for his size of dog. So I call it his little condo. That's where he's hanging out right now. So you can put in your final coat of color on your snail here. Look how nice and bright and bold that's coming out from doing our white layer. And then our layer of color and white. And now we're just doing the actual layer of the color we want him. So that is the significance of doing 3 layers of paint. And could you imagine if you did like 4 or 5, how much more the colors would pop, right? It's crazy insane. Crazy insane. So I just wanted to fill him in to show you how much it pops when you do all of those coats. Yeah, he's a good boy. Poor guy. I got him good with my paw. I got him good on his paw that last step. Sometimes I'm doing these videos and he's so cute because he'll throw a toy at my feet, and he'll throw a toy at my feet, and I'm like, I'm in the middle of something, buddy. Can't really play with your toy right now. Can't really play with your toy right now. Okay, so for your stripes of color. So for the red is all the way, and I'm going to use red and white with these stripes. So, because I put blue to show you the swirl. But if you did all white, you can turn around and do these with just the color. Okay, guys? So, the first stripe is right in the tip of this swirl. So, I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to have like a pastel red, white, and blue snail. He's going to be pastel. Okay, so you want to fill in the tip here. Okay, the little tiny tip part. And then you're going to go all the way around. And when you get to this part, now you want to do rounded lines. Okay, you want to do rounded. Hi, Calpana. How you doing, sweetie? That's okay if you're late. You want to do rounded lines for your ends of your stripes here, okay, guys? So make sure you're doing rounded lines. So this one is rounded this way. Okay, the tip part is rounded that way. All right, so you want to make sure you're doing the rounded lines. And this part is going to end all the way over here, and this one's going to be rounded there. Okay, so I'm just going to clean off Big Boy so I can color in that stripe lickety-split. And the reason you want to end your stripes in a certain spot is because this way they stay all separated as the shell swirls around. And you can still see the swirl that's going on. That's why you want to end these stripes in the certain spots, okay? I'm doing great, Calpana. How you doing, sweetheart? You're doing good? Everybody's starting their awesome holiday weekend here. Okay. And now the next stripe is going to be here. So you want this to arch this way. And then this one over here is actually going to arch out that way. All right, so make sure you're putting those bends in your lines if you're doing stripes on your snail, okay, guys? So you can make sure that you see, without doing the bends, your shell's not going to look round. It's not going to look round if you don't do those bend in your end lines. Okay, so that is all. You have an extra swirl? Oh, I love it, Kelly. That's perfect. I think I keep calling this snail a squirrel for some reason because I keep saying the word swirl and then I can just call him a squirrel. So whenever I say the word squirrel, I mean snail. I mean snail. Alright, so I'm going to clean off my brush and I'm going to grab just my blue paint now. And just the blue is going in here. So if you wound up with extra swirls, like I said, you just want to put your colors in your stripes to where when they piggyback, it's a different color on each stripe. All right, guys? That's what you want to make sure you want to do. So this one is the regular blue. All right, and then this is going to stay white. This is going to stay the white. I know mine's light blue, but I did that so you guys can see the swirl. And that's just going to stay white. And then the next stripe, this is going to be a little piece of white right here. And then it's the blue stripe. So, like I said, make sure you curve your edge line there. And this is the blue stripe. Okay, so make sure you're curving your edge lines, and when you're doing your stripes, when you have them next to each other, make sure it's different colors next to each other so you can still see the swirl going around. All right, grabbing my smaller brush, and then that little bump I told you guys to make, a little bump right here, you're going to take your smaller brush and you're going to go in and finish a little piece right in here That little piece right in here where his body goes into the shell. Okay, so that's where his body goes into the shell. So you want to finish that little piece right in there. Let me grab more blue so you can see what I did. Alright, so it looks like a little teardrop piece. Okay, that's where his body goes into the shell. I'll swirl tap dab my brush, and you want to put in, grabbing white paint, and you're going to put in where his mouth is. Swoop, swoop. One snail mouth coming right up. And I'm going to grab white paint, and I'm going to put where his eyeballs are. We have an extra swirl in the house, so that's just a swoop upwards and down. And this is a swoop upwards and down, swoop up and down, just like that. Nice and simple. Yep, so this is a very relaxing and just kind of zone out painting. I can tell you guys are all zoning out on your end and going rogue and just filling in your flowers and doing your snail details. And I'm glad you're having a lot of fun with this one. So we're just going to go around and do all the final little details, and you guys are going to be all set. So I'll leave that there a second so you can see the stripes and the smile and the eyeballs. And then we're going to go around and do the final details and all the flowers. So you want nice and loose and thin paint, and you want to get out your Mr. Nifties or your detail brushes, whatever you use for your detail brushes, any of your brushes that have a nice fine little point. And like I said, anybody who sends support gets Mr. Nifties delivered right to your door every single time. Okay, so make sure you have those. And so I hope you're doing amazing. Tammy and Kelly and Magna, Diane, Michelle, and Denise and Christy and Margaret and all you guys hanging tough with me. And we're zoning out on a Friday night. And Kalpana's here now. So she's going to check out the ending. Okay, details number 1 on our peony right here. The peony in the center has all of these little pieces. So right above this petal right here, this is the center of your flower right here. You're going to turn around and do all these like little pieces, and they have like a little L almost. So you have like straight lines and little sideways lines. And then once the white is dry, you can go back in and put the yellow on them. So it's all these like little things, these little things. I just clucked my tongue because I don't know what else to call them. They're little things. Whatever these are in the center of the flower. Little things going on. Okay, and then in our, and when that dries, we're going to paint them yellow. So in our petunias, here's another one. You got to be careful. You want to make sure your lines have a little bit of an arch to them. So I'm going to grab red and yellow. I'm going to make like a orange color. So I'm grabbing some red and some yellow, and I want it to be like a lighter orange color. And I'm going to come in to the center of my petunia, and we're going to do all these little flicks. Right? So you're going to do all these little flicks. and you want to make sure you're doing the flicks per petal. Make sure you're doing the flicks per petal. Okay? You want to make sure the flicks are per petal. So this is just yellow and red. And then what you want to do is you're going to do your lines for your petals like we did before. So you want to make sure these are arching lines. Okay, so you want to put like a little bit of a bend in them. And there's 5. Okay, so make sure you're doing 5. Kelly, don't add an extra line like you did an extra swirl. There's only 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So make sure you arch those lines, okay, guys? Make sure you arch those lines. All right, and we're going to go to the petunia that's behind him, and I'm going to put those little flicks in per petal. Per petal. Okay, don't just do flicks all the way around in a circle. You want to make sure that you're separating all the petals of this guy, okay? So you want to put those flicks in per petal. And then you're going to do your line. So we have 1 and 2, and you want to put a little bend in those lines. Make sure you're putting a little bend to them. So it looks like it's the flowers doing one of these. If you do them straight, it's going to look very flat. And they're not flat. Okay, so 3, 4, you can't see, he's under there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right, so that is your petunias. I'll let that dry. Come down here to our pansies. So I'm going to grab a lot of yellow and the tiniest bit of that orange color that I made with the red and yellow. So much yellow and the smallest smidge. And where your petals are, you're going to turn around and you're going to put in a little shadow with the orange on your yellow petals. So I grabbed a lot of yellow and just the smallest bit of the orange, and I'm just making a shadow between those petals. Okay, right, and as I work my way out, I'm just going to grab some more yellow, just yellow now, and soften that all out. So I'm grabbing just yellow on my brush, and I'm going to soften that shadow all out. Grabbing just the yellow. And I'm just scribbling, people. If you notice, I'm just scribbling my brush back and forth. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. And now that there's just yellow on my left on my brush, I'm just grabbing yellow. I'm going to fill in that last petal. All right, so going to go back up to Mr. Snail, and I'm going to put my second coat of white on his smile and his eyeballs. try to leave the... Alright, so I'll back this up so you can still see the pansies as I put my second coat of white on my snail, okay? Let me go on the other side. So this way you guys can do that shadow with the pansies while I just fill this in real fast. I'm on the other side. I came to the flip side, people. I'm on the flip side now. Watch out. We are on the flip side. Working on the flip side. Oh, yeah. So, just putting in my second coat of white. So his eyeballs and his smile pop out. That's all I'm doing. And this way you guys can get your shadows and your pansies. Because I think you already know how to color in white into eyeballs and smiles. And if you're going to add your freckles to your snail, that's white and blue. A lighter color of white and blue. Because he has spots. Yes, he does. He has spots. So, if you're going to give him his spots, it's just little white and blue circles. And then I gave him his freckles. He has his freckles going on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, freckles. Right, so back to Mr. Peony. Gonna take Mr. Nifty and we're gonna fill these in yellow now. So I just grabbed yellow paint, that's it, and I am just putting that right on top of the white paint. So the white paint is so important. It is so important to be able to get your colors to pop, because if you went to just put the yellow thingies in here, that's my technical term, thingies. If you wanted to just put the yellow thingies in here, you would have never seen them. Hey, Lisa, what's up, honey? We're just finishing up. All right, so we're going to go over to our petunias. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do our ever famous yellow wash. So I'm going to get out Mini-Me. And I'm going to make sure he's a little extra wet. And I'm going to grab my yellow paint. Hey, Lisa, how you doing, sweetheart? Everybody, Lisa's here. And I'm just doing my yellow wash. So it's an extra wet brush and my yellow paint. And then I'm just going over this entire flower with the yellow wash. That's what I'm doing. So Megna already went rogue. She started coloring her rose. She went rogue about an hour ago. The rest of my fam is pretty much going on rogue. And we're just finishing up the extra little details here. That's all we're doing. Hey. So, if any of you are local to the Toms River area, or if you're coming down to visit, you got to make sure you stop in the track gallery. I'm still part of that artist group. If you guys remember, there's a gallery at 53 Main on 53 Main on Washington Street. Hello. There's a gallery at 53 Main Street in the middle of Toms River. Alright, and to make sure that these two stay separated, I want to grab some white paint. And I'm going to come onto this petunia. And I'm just going to give it a white edge. And then when I give it the white edge, I'm just going to scribble back and forth towards the center to blend that into the yellow wash that I just did. So this petunia has a... White paint is definitely the key, sweetie. Yep, the track gallery is on 53 in Maine, and there's always amazing work there. So I'm just giving a white edge, and then I'm doing a little scribble back and forth on this petunia, so you can tell the difference between this one and the other guy. The other guy doesn't get the white edge. He's not allowed. He's in trouble. He's in trouble. He's not allowed to have the white edge. Only this guy gets the white edge. He's being a good flower. Magna went rogue. She went rogue about an hour ago, and she finished her painting already, and she's saying goodnight. Good night, Magna. Don't tell your mom to post it. I want to see it. Right, Lisa? So you fixed your yellow mistake like that today. Yes. White paint is definitely our friend. Definitely our friend. Okay, so we're down to our pansies now, and we're going to be using Mini Me, and want to grab a little bit of white paint. Bye, Kelly. Have a good night. And you're just going to scribble in a little bit of white paint right in the center of these pansies. Right in the center of these pansies. That's what we're going to do. Oh, you're saying bye to Magna. All right, Kelly. I thought you were saying goodnight to me. You're so great. Okay, so we're going to let that dry. We got one more little detail to do on these guys. So we're going to finish up our snail details, and then we're going to do that one little detail left on that, and we're going to be all set. And like I said, guys, you can turn around and do your colors brighter and bolder and really have fun with this. So I'm just going to grab black paint with my tiny little brush, and I'm going to come in here and give this guy some cheeks. And he's so cute. He's so cute, I can't stand it. So I'm going to go on the corner of his mouth and do a little 2 swoop lines, and then outline his mouth. I outline his mouth because we didn't worry about the edges of his mouth because I knew I was going to be outlining them. There we go. And then up to his eyeballs. This is Lisa's favorite part. So scribble circle. Scribble circle. Lisa likes his eyeballs. Outline the eyeballs. Outlining the eyeballs. There's one. There's the other. You know, if you're making a girl snail, you might want to give him some eyelashes. Give him some eyelashes, yep. Or if you're making, you know, mine's a boy snail, so I'm going to turn around and give him 2 eyebrows. So, it's whatever kind of snail you want him to be. Alright, I'm going to swirl, tap, dab my brush, and you got to give him his life dot. So, a life dot in the eyes is just 2 little white dots you put right in the eyeballs. Right here. Bam and bam. That's it. Give him his life dots. All right, and last detail on our pansies. So we did it, guys. Woo woo! And Kelly stayed through the whole thing. You're a rock star, Kelly. So we did it. We're on our last little touch here. And it's Mr. Nifty with the black paint. And in the yellow part of the pansies, there's this little jagged lines going through. Kind of look like little trees or something. So, it's just Mr. Nifty and black paint. And on these petals, there's like, they look like little tree branches almost. So little black lines that are on each yellow petal of the pansy. Just little pieces. So, it's amazing. You don't realize, you know, these are like little tiny flowers. And, you know, you don't, until you paint them, you don't realize like the little details like each little flower has. I mean, like, Mother Nature is so amazing. She's like the best artist ever. And all of these, you know, this is like one flower that's out there in the world. And there's so many different kinds of these flowers. And to have like these little black stem in the yellow and the two purple petals, and it's just amazing how Mother Nature is. It really, really, really is. Just astonishes me. Her detail work astonishes me. All right, guys. So all of you that hung tough with me tonight, thank you so much. As always, it is always right here. It's always free to watch. Tips are appreciated. I will post those links in the comments. If you send me some support, definitely share your address with me because you get a Mr. Nifties. Yes, you do. So I'll send those out to you as soon as I can. And I just want to thank you all for joining me and hanging tough with me tonight. We painted our 3 different types of flowers and our snail. And anybody watching the replay, thank you so much for watching. And I just want to say, have fun, go create, and you'll warm my heart, all right? So have a good night. Mwah. And there it is, all done. Thank you, Kelly. There he is. There's our flowers. There's Mr. Snail with all of our flowers. Tons of fun. Thank you so much, hon. Night, Michelle. Thank you, hon. Talk to you soon. Getting my soda. Good night, everybody. I hope everybody has a good night. Mr. Butters is chilling. He's having a good night in his condo. And enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. All right, have fun. Go create. You all warm my heart. Support your local artists. Bye-bye.